Okay, welcome subscribers. It's me 4000 me. I'm back and I just want to talk about this past Martin Luther King Day. It was one of, I would say, the best I've ever had, and I'm going to tell you why. This year I actually did it as a day of service. And before everyone jumps on my back, usually on Martin Luther King Day, I'm working. You know, like going to the office, you're still working. There's no day of service about it at all. But this Martin Luther King Day, past Monday, I was in service. I went to a place that does after school programs, youth center. It's one of those places that has the safe place sign on the outside where kids can, if they are in fear or trouble, you know, just go there. And teaching smaller kids about like what Martin Luther King is different than being at a church and listening to others tell you about the civil rights struggle. I'm in a generation that was born after Martin Luther King died, so I like that the country is kind of making this a day of service so that you can physically act on Martin Luther King's dream instead of, for me, listening is different. And so we did like posters, we drew posters of Dr. Martin Luther King, and we did a timeline of his life and kind of, you know, showed what he was, you know, like at this time he was graduating from college and high school. And then we had the kids fill in like, oh, I go to this high school and I go to this grade school, and it was more interactive. And you know, like he came to Chicago in the 50s and 60s and talked about poverty, and so we did that for the first half of the day. And we said, what things are you dreaming about? And some kids put down, I wish for a world with no violence, and you know, to coincide with what kind of dreams Martin Luther King said. And so at the end of the day, and also there was a clothing drive and a supplies drive for you know, teenage youth, homeless and runaways. And that was good because I gave away a suit, and it was just nice to give to somebody who you know would need it. And you know, a teenager might need, or a young person might need, a suit to interview with. So that made me feel good. And then we had a forum, like, to talk about homeless youth, and that was excellent, you know, to because they had a quote that they used about what Martin Luther King said and poverty, and they tied that into teen and young adult homelessness. And to hear people on the panel talk about exactly what homeless for them is and was, you know, a lot of people think like you're homeless because, oh, you didn't pay your bills, you didn't do this. But a lot of these young people were homeless because the situation at home was just horrible. Parents were alcoholics, or or some abusive situation, or parents sold drugs. Something was wrong at the house where they were just like, I gotta go. So it made me think about homelessness in a whole different aspect. And so it was like, and then they said there were some solutions. They gave solutions. And there were things that, you know, solutions on a broad scale, like small things you can do, and then things you would change within society and within like government policy. So you had a wide range, and they let all the young people talk regardless of what age, you heard little 8-year-olds chiming in about homelessness and what they thought should be done. So I really applaud this community center for talking about it. And I think that's the way, when you do if you're looking for something different to do on Martin Luther King Day, to hold a forum about how we can keep his dream alive, and how some of the same ills in society that he was talking about 50 years ago are still here, and how can we eliminate them, because there really is no reason in this great country of ours for people to be hungry. That's just not right. So yeah, I'm just saying it was the best Dr. Martin Luther King Day I've had. So I just want to wish you all the spirit of that day, and to keep it moving for the rest of the 365 days until next Martin Luther King Day. That's all I have to say, and I'll see you later. Bye.